Are we back?
I don't know. I think so. It's
New
been
year.
it's
New
been
goals.
yeah, New Year, new goals. Sorry, I mean it's not the first of the year yet, but we're starting it off right now, December 31st.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Madlife. We're officially back. We moved since the last video, and we got to take it back and start over. We're never starting over.
I mean, we're not really starting over. We just took a little break. I mean, like, I would say that moves are hard. Like, they were super hard.
It was hard.
It was really hard for us, actually.
Moving to a new state and figuring out everything and starting kind of fresh with all the kids' sports and school, friends, just everything getting in the groove over here. We don't have a nanny or anyone helping us, so I feel really proud of you and I and our team efforts to tackle this move and to get almost fully settled here and figure out this life down here in California without any help, really, which was... It's hard. Like, there's been so many times where I'm like, gosh, I wish that I could find some help. But then I have to remind myself that, you know, it's cool that we're able to do it on our own and that we're strong enough. We're
strong enough, but it's causing, I mean, what happened the other day, I posted something on my Instagram of me like sitting there just listening to music and just kind of letting the frequencies hit my body over kids screaming and yelling and just like managing all that stuff.
And that post opened up a whole flood of messages to me saying, are you guys okay? Like,
are you guys getting divorced?
What's happening?
Like,
well, because you added in on your text, you're like, don't leave me.
Oh, that was a joke.
Like, what was that about?
That thing was a joke. It was like a, don't leave me. I love you. You're amazing. That's all it was.
Okay. That's good. Well, I had to respond to a lot of my friends and explain the situation. And, you know, I'll do that sometimes too, where I'm having a really low day and I'm feeling very stressed, and then I'll post about it. And then it helps me feel better to post about it for some reason, like to get it out there, get off my chest, write it out, you know, have people come in and say that they feel the same way, or,
and
you know,
usually it's everybody. Everybody comes in and is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I feel the exact same way. Like, my house is crazy. Like, I can barely keep up with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you guys manage it all. How are you doing it? Like, I'm about ready to go crazy. It's like, that's exactly how we feel. I feel the same way.
There has been like so many times where we do feel like we're going crazy, you know, and we have like really stressful days trying to hold it all together. And one thing that I want to learn from this last year was, because it's been so chaotic for us and unorganized, this new year is all about simplifying for me and staying organized and getting things done when I think about it. Because I think for us, like, our biggest thing, what's been a setback this last year is because there's so many moving parts and so many kids and everything, we'll think of all these things we want to get done, but we never get to them because it just piles up. So I think what you said the other day was perfect, where you're like, let's start setting goals. And when we have a bill come in, you pay it that day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When you bring stuff in from the car, put it away that day.
If you have taxes to pay them. If you have to send something to your accountant and they ask for it that day, do it that day. That's my problem. And it piles up and piles up and piles up. And when you procrastinate, you end up just going crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. If you guys saw our house right now, like, it's not crazy. I mean, this is pretty like normal, I think. Like, we went into somebody's house the other day for a party, and honestly, we were like grateful we lived here. You know?
Yeah, I think that we ultimately, like, we are getting closer to getting where we want it to be.
Halston's crawling up the stairs like really slow, trying to be nice.
We're getting the house closer to where we want it to be, which is great, because it was a big, giant disaster. Still is a disaster. But
we're getting there, yeah.
We're going to continue to be real with you guys on this podcast. We will keep it as it is, you know, real, authentic, vulnerable, because that is us to a T. I don't like to sugarcoat things. Like, that's what we're going to tell you as it is.
And speaking of goals, should we talk about that? Like, what are your goals for 2025?
So my goals for 2025, my biggest goal is, one, I want to take better care of myself, like with my health, my mind, my health to help my mind. I don't know. I hate talking about like mental health things because it just seems like so redundant, because I feel like we talk about this so much on this channel.
I mean, if you have mental health problems, you should talk about it.
I have mental health problems.
Get it out.
I do. And I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's depression. I don't know if it's something more severe than that?
Just so you know, I think that most people have mental health problems. It's just a different facet of mental health. I have mental health problems too.
Yeah. Well, we both have pretty bad ADHD. It's hard for us to stay on track.
Austin, you're so cute.
She goes and puts on her Taylor Swift sweatshirt.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Anyway, my goal is to take care of myself mentally. I want to get back on track to just feel like happy. I talked to my family a lot about my mental health things, and my sisters were like, why don't you just get on Zoloft? Because they were on Zoloft. I'm pretty sure this is where I left off when our last podcast was talking about how I was going to get on that. Well, I got prescribed to it finally, and I never picked up the prescription because that's me.
Yeah, procrastinator, and so am I.
So that's what I want to do. I want to stop procrastinating.
Literally, I think our biggest problem is just writing down our goals. If we write down our goals, we'll accomplish them. We used to be really good at it. Actually, we used to write down our goals on a notepad on the kitchen counter. I don't know if you remember that, and we would just check it off. It was like fun to check it off.
Yeah.
You know, it seems so simple, but for a family that's just like all over the place, and you get diverted so easy with kids and activities and just all sorts of stuff. I mean, there be times where I think that I'm going to accomplish something, and then Madison's like, girls, get ready for dance. And I'm like, whoa, like their whole day got derailed because I didn't know that dance was that day or at a certain time. And then Madison will be out the door and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We procrastinated this opportunity that we were supposed to knock out, and we couldn't get it done at all because of an activity, you know?
Yeah, and then you hold then you're upset about the activity when it was really because you didn't know the activity was there because you didn't read the calendar and see that it was on that day. And
also you didn't know the schedule or know any of our opportunities that we need to knock out, and because you didn't know because you didn't care, and you have dance that's important to you, you also get frustrated with me. So it's like a never ending. Honestly, if we're just on the same page and we just plan, everything will be great. Don't you think?
Uh-huh.
Planning.
That's a good idea. What are some of your favorite memories from 2023?
I mean,
2024.
2023. I don't even remember yesterday. So
2 years ago, our favorite memory.
I think for 2024, like some of our recent memories when we spent spent time as a family in Kauai was super cool.
Yeah, like
I had a lot of fun out there.
I'm proud of us for traveling a lot this year. We went to Mexico, we went to Kauai, and we went on a Disney cruise.
I think we went to Mexico twice. We went in April that
was just you and I, though.
Just you and I, and then we went again with the kids, and the kids had a great time.
I asked the kids which trip was their favorite, and they said Mexico. They really liked that resort.
Well, it's unique too. It was super unique for them.
Yeah, because they've been to Hawaii, and I mean, they've never been to Kauai, but it feels the same. What I loved about Mexico was the water in Playa del Carmen is where we were staying, and the water there was so crystal blue, warm. I love when there's no waves. I know Kyler loves the waves.
Oh, yeah.
I love when there's no waves. It felt like just a giant lake, almost like I sat there on an inner tube with Komen with butterflies. I'm talking like thousands and thousands of butterflies just swarming above us while we're sitting in this inner tube in this warm weather, just floating in the ocean. It was like the most perfect situation ever for me.
It was the most beautiful thing ever, honestly. You never want to leave there when you go to Playa del Carmen or Tulum.
I would love to travel the world more. I always say that once I'm on a trip, but it is so hard to travel with a bunch of littles. So, and I know it's just an excuse. We can probably make it work, but it's expensive and it's hard. You know, long flights. The twins have been begging to go to Paris for this whole year because I don't know if you guys know, but they did audition for a movie that was supposed to shoot in Paris this
Tatum's
fall.
in the background giving us thumbs up.
Runs over
Smile.
and goes, yeah. So the twins last around, I think it was April, they had auditioned for this film to play the lead in this film that was going to shoot in Paris for 2 months. And they had a callback and another callback. And then we met the director and seemed very promising as if they were going to get the role. So we were getting really hyped up. They even had us send over our passports, made sure we were available to move to Paris for 2 months.
Moving there for 2 months, it would have been so
And we were
cool.
ready to go because we knew we were moving anyways. We're like, instead of getting settled into our house, we're just going to go straight to Paris. And so the girls literally thought they were going to go to Paris for 2 months. And so it got so into their mind. We shouldn't have even talked about it until they got the part. But then when they gave the part to another actress, they were bummed. And so I told them, if they didn't get the part, that we'll take them to Paris. Well, now they're like, Mom, you said you'd take us to Paris. But now we're thinking, well, it's such a long flight.
How can somebody be even more available than we are with our job? You know what I mean? Like, who out there is more available than us?
Well, it wasn't about being available. It was about being right for the role.
Think about
and they were too old for the role.
Oh,
they were
too
supposed
old?
to be in a stroller.
Oh, that's probably why.
They're supposed to be in a stroller.
But think about it. Most families have like steady jobs, or most people, like, we have a steady job, but our steady job is like, we can be anywhere. So it would have been a really great experience, and honestly, it would have been great content.
There will be more experiences like this in the future that I'm really excited about, but I do feel like because we promised them, like I want to keep my promise, although it is very expensive and it's a very far flight, and we need to find, I would like to find somebody to watch the littles while we take them. And it's just a lot. And I would want to go in the summer so they don't miss school. And so there's just a lot to think about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, these kids, they have been to a lot of places and they are very spoiled. So we don't have to go.
Way more places than you and I have ever been. I've never even been to Paris.
I went to Florida one time as a kid. One time. They've already been like 4 times.
I've been my entire childhood. I would either go to Arizona.
Sweet.
Or I went to Hawaii once, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Colorado.
We went to Hawaii every single year, so I was a little more fortunate that way. Not fortunate, but like
they're so
I was
lucky.
I was lucky. I was spoiled to be able to go there. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, they already done so much. If they don't do one more thing till they're an adult, I'm not going to feel bad. What's up, Tatum? Come here.
You're so nice. Come here and say hi.
You want to say hi to my podcast? She's crawling. You can just stand up and walk.
Just stand up and walk, kid.
Tatum, what was your favorite memory of 2024 now that the year is over?
You want to use my mic?
My favorite part?
Here, right here.
You can use Dad's.
Do
you have a favorite thing from this whole year?
My favorite part was, let me think, probably going to Kauai.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew it. That trip was so fun, huh? It was
And also the Disney cruise.
Yeah, we went on a Disney cruise just recently, huh? And it was really cool. These are the only 2 memories we can remember at the end of the year.
And Mexico.
In Mexico.
Well, all the trips.
You're so cute.
All the trips are fun. Okay, bye-bye.
See you, Bubba.
Bye-bye.
She's so nice. That kid is the best.
Tatum has really grown up over the last couple months. Every time I post a video of the twins or anything, everyone says, do they ever grow up? They seem like they've been the same age for years. And I feel like there's a mix because although they are growing up, the reason why I feel that they seem the same for so many years is because they have such a youthfulness about them.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
A lot of kids are trying to grow up, their mentality is growing up so quick. And I feel like the twins still think so imaginative and creatively, and they love to play, and they're still like little kids. It's cute. I don't want them to grow up.
Well, they are. And it's going really fast. And it is hard to witness because I look back through camera rolls and stuff. I mean, I was looking back through an old phone of yours in the garage last night that I just decided to charge up, and I was looking at old pictures, and it's just so crazy how fast it's gone.
It's sad.
It's so sad.
Do you guys ever get sad when you look at old videos or photos of your kids? Why is it that we get so sad about it? Is it because we want to go back in time? Is it because we miss them at that age? Is it because you didn't feel like you did enough and cherished it enough?
Oh, I think that's a big part of it is we feel like the hustle and bustle of life, makes it hard to cherish every moment. And you look back at pictures and just go, man, I should have slowed down. So
But we need to still keep. It's like you want to slow down, but you also are trying to hustle at the same time. We're setting all these new goals this year, so maybe our new goal this year should just be to slow down and simplify. I
mean, I got to be honest. 2025 is going to be the biggest year financially of our entire life. So I'm not going to be the slow down guy. I can't be in that range. We got to.
You're very confident.
We got some cool. That is. I'm telling you right now, this is the big year. This is the fun year. We have a lot of cool things going on. We have a new company we started called Whittles, which we're excited about. It's called Whittles because it's wellness for littles. It's kind of like athletic greens for kids, basically, masked with chocolate flavor and strawberry flavor, which is really fun.
The reason why we wanted to start this company is my kids. I'm always really stressed about their height, and the twins are in the 1 percentile, and I'm always so worried about our kids. Also, the other ones eating enough greens, eating enough protein, and things like that, and it stresses me out so much. My sister's the same way. We always, every single morning, I make my kids this protein shake, and I get so stressed if they don't drink it. And so we were like, why don't we create our own? Where it has like, it tastes like chocolate milk because our kids love chocolate milk, but it has the greens that they need. It has the protein that they need, and it's easy on the go packets. And
We've been thinking about this for like almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it just hadn't come to fruition. And I finally said, no, we're doing it 100%. So we went out and built the formula, and
I'm excited about it.
We're almost ready to launch, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, we're going to do a subscription type service where, it just comes to your door, and that's really fun. Also, Drinkbox is crushing it right now. Absolutely crushing it.
I'm pretty sure we talked about Drink Blocks on one of our other podcasts, but it's basically a naturally flavored water for kids. 0 sugar, 0 calories, super healthy for them.
And then it doubles as
than juice.
A building block.
And it's a toy. Yeah, so when you're done drinking it, you can build things with it. They have these little locks and grooves in them where you can build a wall, you can build an airplane. There's all kinds of things you can build, and the kids just love it. I'll just put a bunch of them in a little Tupperware bin, pour them out.
We're in 6,000 stores across the country right now, which is huge. That's a big deal. Like,
it's a big deal. People are loving them.
Yeah.
And their favorite characters are on them. You got Barbie on it, or Hot Wheels, PJ Masks. Like, just some of the kids would get so excited to grab that off the shelf. And
we have a lot more properties coming as well. Bluey.
Oh, really?
I can't really say yet, but like we have several properties coming that people would be excited about. I think we could say this. Barney.
Oh my gosh,
Barney's
Barney
coming back? Yeah.
You know what's funny is I asked the kids if they even knew who Barney was, and they didn't even know who he was.
But there are a lot of kids that do. So I think
maybe it's from parents probably showing them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there's a Barney show out right now.
Well,
I think there might be a new one coming out.
I know nothing, and maybe that's why. Maybe because the new Barney show is coming out, they've given us the opportunity to jump on that wagon. So it's going to be really, really cool. This is the year of finally launching our own products that we really believe in, and that is really, it really stems from kids' nutrition and health. We don't want them drinking sugar.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the problem, is kids just want sugar, and when we go to the drink aisle, they go after Good to Grow with the little character heads, and it's literally just sugary juice.
Yeah.
And same with in the morning, they want chocolate milk, and we don't want them drinking that crap every day.
You can have the chocolate milk, but it needs to have the protein in it and the greens.
Well, yeah, and that's the best part, right? Is like they're getting all their greens.
Yeah.
That's like big time. Good
Vitamins
job.
and all the vitamins.
We're doing
and everything.
We're doing it amongst a bunch of other fun stuff like the Key Club, and we're having fun this year. It's cool.
Yeah, the girls, I know we talked about the Key Club in the past, but the girls really, like, this was kind of their idea. They wanted to start a type of club, and they were trying to think of a name, and they were talking about the Key Club all the time, and we're like, we all came up with this name kind of together. Like,
it started with Story Club, remember?
Yeah, they were talking about Story Club because they wanted to tell stories all the time, and then they're like, what about a treasure chest, like unlocking something? They're like, ooh, Key Club. And so it's basically a club where anyone can be part of, and it's inclusive, and everyone's invited, and it just means you're going to wake up and promise to be the best version of yourself. It's kind of just like a happy feeling, like being part of something that everyone...
It's really, we just want everybody to wake up and just be
the best version of
yourself. Be the best you.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And that's how Tatum and Oakley are. They wake up every single day, and they're just happy and fun really and creative and honestly, like, if we could be like them, that's who I want to be like. What is that? Is that my pocket? Jason.
Don't answer it right now, bro.
I'm going to just tell him I'm going to call him back.
Kyler is the kind of person that will answer a phone call any time of the day. It doesn't matter if he's in the middle of a podcast. Doesn't matter if he's in the middle of sleeping. Doesn't matter if I'm mid-sentence of the most intense story of my entire life.
I answer the phone because I like to just like, I just don't like to miss phone calls.
You know what? That is one thing I wish I could be better at, is phone calls. I think relationships are so important.
Listen to that screaming. Sorry.
Relationships are so important. And I think that the way that you have good relationships in life is by talking to people. We can hear their voice. I think my whole entire existence of all my friendships are usually through text messages. And if I can jump on a phone call with a friend, those usually seem like my closest friends. Yeah. So I think it's important to start calling people, even if they're acquaintances, start calling them instead of texting them. Are you taking a picture of us right now? Kyler's taking a selfie mid-podcast. Well, everyone, I'm so excited for this new year.
Tell me about, real quick, tell me about a goal you'd like to set for me.
I can't set your goals for you.
Yes, you can. Set a goal for me. If you could have a number one goal for me, set for me for 2025, what would it be? I already know what you're going to say. It's going to be so annoying.
I think help me get rid of some of the blankets in the house.
That's the stupidest goal. That's the dumbest goal. What? Can you come up with a goal, like a real goal?
We have so many
can do that today.
blankets
Something that takes a while.
piled down every hallway, and we don't have a spot to put them. And every time I try to get rid of one, you're like, "No, we need all the blankets." I'm like, "But we don't have a spot for them." I'm going to put them all in bins, and they're going to be in the garage for 5 years, and you're going to realize that you didn't need them.
Okay, cool.
That's my goal. Well, Kyler, what else are your goals for this year?
I just honestly want to be at the gym every day. I want to be at the gym every day. I want to look better than I've looked. I want to have more. Like I said, I want to not procrastinate. I don't want to push things off. I just want to go to the gym. That's what I need. I have gained 25 pounds this year and I want to make changes.
That's great. I love that for you.
Yeah.
I believe in you and I think you can do it.
Thank you. I appreciate the, championing me on.
Of course.
Because I know that your goal is for me to have abs, and I will get them. This will be my year.
I'll believe when I see it. Let's shake on that. Good luck.
Baby.
Good luck.
Okay, thanks. Well, I guess that's that. This is the first podcast back on the Madlife in 5 months. Good job.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We're back.
I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's.
Happy New Year's!